Everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Today we have Publix Bakery Happy Birthday Cupcake Vanilla Edition. First things first, it comes in a very nice plastic container. That's some quality plastic, you ain't knifing through that. I really appreciate the plastic because it prevents it from getting a mess, but I do see a little bit of frosting on the top. That's not very desirable for a cupcake. If I want the fermentation process with an opening here and an opening here before I can get to the full thing, right? And now it's open. So if we look at the color, we see it has this brown wrapping, making me think it's chocolate. But beneath the crust, or the wrapping, it's vanilla. That's black.com for you. Alright, you got brown and white. Nice. Let's get a little zoom in right there. It has these layers. Pink with darker pink specks, a tealish color, an aquamarine, pink again, this time with sprinkles, and vanilla. And it comes with a navy blue happy birthday thing. Let's just get this icing right off here. Don't want to waste any of it. So, start off with the cherry on top. It's a cherry on top. It looks to be a royal cherry. The stem is still applied, but the stem is downwards. In some cultures, that's considered bad luck. So, you know, let's see if this cherry... Ooh, not a good sign, not a good sign. Let's see if this cherry's up to par. Okay, well, the cherry has a very fresh taste. It's clear to me that this is not some preservative canned cherry. It's a cherry that they've probably gotten from the Publix produce section that morning. I'm a big fan of the cherry. It says Publix on the bottom, Richard. Doing a food review of this. Okay.
I forgot that.
You forgot to pick up that label.
Yeah.
Well, we're reviewing this. See?
Oh, okay.
Back into character. Okay. Well, the cherry has a nice cherry flavor. It reminds me of a summer morning in the cherry yards. I assume cherries grow in yards. The cherry does have a slight cherry taste to it. And, you know, as a person who's not a big fan of cherry Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper Zero, Cherry Coke Zero, Diet Cherry Coke Zero, I'm not the biggest fan of cherry. But you know what? This really cherries my butter. Butter's my biscuit. Butter's my cherry flavored biscuit. Cherry jam on your buttered biscuit. I think I'm a really good fan of this. So you know what? Let's get cracking to the main event.
Well, I think you have to make it.
So here we have our cupcake. But below this cupcake is a barcode. Let's read this barcode out. Cupcake happy place. Well, I'm at the hospital, so it's definitely not a happy place. But I can't lie, this is a cupcake. And the number here in the brackets says 16. I'm sorry, that's just not true. It's 17 now. Oh. Single? Yeah, that one's that one's true. Used by 3/26/2018? Yes, but today's the 25th, so I'm still not gonna die. Let's see if I can apply this sticker. I really appreciate meals that come with the sticker. They add to the experience. Here.
Oh, I have to be honest.
And so now, let's look at the box. I don't want to make a mess here. Let's re-enclose. Ooh, oof, oof, oof. Sebediah, can you please do me a favor and hold this? Thank you, Seb. That's clean up a mess. We wouldn't want to leave a mess behind now, would we? All right. So, Cupcake Happy Place. Total price $2.99. Produced in a facility that processes soy, milk, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, and wheat. The full ingredients are available upon request. I don't know how I feel about that, because I'd like to know all the ingredients in my cupcake as I'm eating them.
Eat the cupcake.
I'm a big fan of soy and milk. I'd like to know if this is cow milk or goat's milk, because that definitely makes a difference. Eggs, again, chicken's eggs, duck eggs, quail eggs, turkey eggs. There's lots of ostrich eggs. It makes a difference. Peanuts, as no homo. Tree nuts, again, no homo. And wheat. Whole wheat? I'm glad. This is from Publix Bakery 856. Richard, which Publix is that? Heathbrook Publix.
Yeah.
I personally don't go to that Publix too often, but I've heard good things about that Publix. I'm very fond of my Publix, the Trinity Catholic Publix. I've known the folks who work at the bakery there for a very long time, and I always get a good deal and a good product. So I'm expecting the same out of Heathbrook Publix. So I think we should really get to what we've been waiting for.
After 6 minutes.
And the cupcake. So here's our cupcake. First things first, it's not very structurally stable. It's leaning towards the right for you, left for me, and it's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh! Oh my god! Gee, rip.
Oh my god.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. I just need to get some structural support. Hopefully this will work. If it does, I'm patent pending this through the video, of course. Let's put this black down.
Does this remind you of a kid playing with his food?
Oh my god.
Okay, so as we've seen, this isn't a structurally stable cupcake. I'm glad it was in the very protective plastic container, or else that would have happened earlier, and now I've made a mess. My disappointment is immeasurable, but I'm sure we can move on.
What's up, Angel? How are you?
Hello, Angel. Anyways, we have the green, teal, green,
Call you to come in early.
pink. I'm sorry, excuse me. Pink, teal, pink with sprinkles, vanilla layer, with a paper wrapping around the vanilla layer. It's a bit of a taller cupcake, so approaching this will take some ingenuity. We have the red coffee stirrer providing support. I think they'll have to do that eventually for the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I definitely think. Maybe this cupcake is an allusion to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and they're drawing from the architectural style. So you know what?
Did you take that guy out?
Let's get right into this.
Yeah.
Let's take this off.
Because you got to go down that hill and people come rolling.
Make sure it be, let me see.
You know what? I have an idea. I don't want to get my fingers
Enter
through
the hospital to the second door now from it. They don't enter to the receiving or the emergency. So why they say
Yeah.
to people now?
So, you know, just to prevent any other altercations, mess related from happening, so let's just locate this all over here. Great, great. Wonderful. Exactly, that's why we have the gloves. That's why we have the gloves.
Why is that sanitary?
It's of course sanitary. Nitrile is good for you. Okay, let's get right into it. So, you know, let's continue to take this off. Just gonna grab it by the cake. And here we have it. Here we have it. Isn't this wonderful, folks? So we see that, I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like, so the frosting is, it's about 4.5 centimeters tall. And the cake looks to be about 3.7 centimeters tall. So the frosting is taller than the cake. I'm not a stickler for sugar, but I'm genetically predisposed to diabetes, so I had to be a little bit careful, but I think we can take a risk on this one. Truly, I can. Eating this might be a little bit of a difficulty because of the large amount of frosting compared to the smaller amount of cake.
That's
But-
why they gave you a 4.
I've gotten this forward through my own ingenuity here. All right, so I think the best way to do this, we're gonna just rake at this. Let's get a little bit of everything. Okay then, so the icing, a large component of this meal, is very aerated. I like its consistency. It's not very thick, and I don't know. I like most of my things thick, but the icing, I definitely enjoy that it's not very thick. It adds an aerated quality and a newer texture that you don't really find much, because everyone wants to have the thickest around. Everyone's looking for the thickest one. But this icing, it's slim. And then the cake is thick, slim thick. And the flavor of the icing itself, yes, there's a lot of sugar. But you know what? That sugar has substance. And it contributes to the whole taste of the meal as a whole. Because if it was just solely vanilla, or not as much icing, I think the identity of this meal would be quite different. The cake is thick. I love my cake thick. If my cake isn't thick, is it worth even hidden?
God bless you.
It's almost as if it's a pound cake, and I'm a big fan of pounding that cake. I like the contrast between the slimmer, more light icing and the thicker cupcake. The contrast gives my tongue a variety of different flavors and textures, and it adds to the complexity of the meal as a whole. Taking this through with my fork, I use a rake-like behavior to go right through that icing. Since it's so thin, I can go through there easily and grab some cake. It stops me because it's thicker, and I can just yank that out. And I've gotten a little bit of icing and a little bit of cake. And I really think that's the best way to take it. The best approach to this. Go for another. Okay. Another thing that I haven't mentioned is the sprinkles. The sprinkles adds a little crunch in there. You don't really expect the crunch, but then you do. And the density of the sprinkles, pretty high density. I mean, it's kind of omitting a couple colors. I don't see any black or brown, or dark red, or neons of any sorts. Light green, well, there is purple, dark purple. I don't see a violet. But the crunch it provides. The crunch provides a variety in texture. You don't want everything to be the same texture. Everything to be either thick or thin, soft or rough. You want a crunch. That's the main concept behind the Hershey's Crunch Bar. You're getting the smooth chocolate and the crunch of the Rice Krispie. And the same concept applies here. You're getting the smooth icing. The thick but albeit solid cake, but then you get the crunch of that sprinkle. And in this case, sprinkles, because there's more than one sprinkle there. And I'm very appreciative of that. Let's go at this one more time. It's a very good point. Do I taste the colors? What is color, though? And how does color affect what we taste? If you've ever heard of the Stroop Effect, it's when you see something and you think that it's different than what it is. For example, if you see the word red, you think of the red color. But if you see the word red written in the color blue, what are you going to think of? The color red or the color blue? Because the word itself is red, but the font color is blue. What do you think of? The same process applies here. I see pink, I see teal, I see another pink, orange, green, white, blue. I see all these colors, but what do I taste? I taste one whole cupcake. There is no discernible fruity flavor. I think the fruit was mainly derived from the cherry. Here I get more of a sugary flavor. The saccharides are really shown here. And I'm not getting, you know, when I see the orange, maybe I'm getting a Florida orange or a mandarin or a Little Cuties orange, sponsored by Little Cuties. But I'm not getting that. And when I see the pink, I'm not tasting a cotton candy. When I see the blue, I'm not tasting a blueberry. Green, I'm not tasting a lime. White, what's white? Coconut? I'm not tasting coconut. Or yellow, a lemon. But I'm tasting a cupcake. And that really makes me think about cupcakes in society. They have a connotation for celebratoriness, right? But we're not going all the way there. We're taking a step back. We're not going all out with the birthday cake. We're taking this, you know, we're casual, right? Take these to school, bring a box of them, share them. Modern society today has strayed away from regalness and tradition. We aren't all about doing things the old way. We're doing things in the way that it's comfortable, that it's meaningful to us. And I think a cupcake encapsulates that idea perfectly. Truly it does. Because we still maintain the same tradition, the same culture, and the same behavior of celebrating a birthday, but we take away a lot of the formality. We make it more casual, more friendly. Hey bud, would you like a cupcake? It's almost as if I'm handing a cupcake to you. But it's mine. It's my birthday, not yours. But maybe if it was your birthday, I'd get you a cupcake. So, all in all, the Cupcake Happy Place from Publix, I'd give it out of 10. Thank you. This has been Cheat, third part of the week. Signing off.